So it's changed my life because it really propelled me to just be a warrior in everything that I do. Like, no bowing out. Like, go for it. Give it all you got.
How has being a father changed your life?
Well, it makes me think 3-4 times before I make a decision. It gives more meaning to my sacrifices, more meanings to my no's, to certain things that could have been yeses to the average person, because I'm thinking about the whole. I'm thinking about long term, like generational wealth and things of the sort. It encourages me, maybe in a way that is irrational to some. It's like, I can't be told no. Like, there's nothing I can't do, because there are these young people watching me, and I'm the first example of the impossible. So it's changed my life because it really propelled me to just be a warrior in everything that I do. Like, no bowing out. Like, go for it. Give it all you got, because this is your chance to add to the next people that will add value to this world. Like, what are you going to do to sow the seed of value for them? Because we do one of two things: we add or we take away. So how can you be an example for them to add to this big kaleidoscope of life around us, you know?
Yeah, I feel like in order for me to get close to the point where I can have some sort of forethought on what it would be like to be a father or be a parent, ayahuasca has to be part of that. Like, I just have to sit down with myself or with my partner and be like, all right, do we want to do this right now? Let's just, we're going to take a heroic dose of mushrooms. We're going to go to an ayahuasca ceremony. We're going to, get involved. But like, on a serious note, that's something that has been in my pattern of thoughts recently, where everyone is familiar with the cliche that, being a parent, being a father, being a mother changes your life, and you couldn't have imagined the trajectory of your life without a son or daughter if you chose to, go a different direction. Like, once you have a child, it's never the same. And I guess as someone who doesn't have a kid and doesn't have that responsibility and accountability, I'm looking for, some sort of just like feeling or affirmation to where I am making the right choice by having a child or not having a child. There's probably a good reason for that to not exist, because you just have to go all in and accept the fact that you're never going to be 100% ready. But I don't know. It's just, was there a moment before you had your first child where you had any sort of glimpse into the fact that this is going to change my trajectory in a way that I can handle, or that will be positive? Or was it just like, fuck, this is happening, I'm gonna do what I have to do?
Well, I want to first acknowledge that I was nowhere near the frame of mind that you're at now. Nor am I. I was a teenager, and I was a broken teenager. So it was all of it was made out of, turmoil and chaos. It was unaddressed trauma. And after I had my first kid, I was like, I guess I know what it takes: buy diapers and make sure they have what they need financially, and drop them off at school, and you work things out with their mom. I was broken and hurt, and I didn't even take a moment to realize the importance of the sacrifices or the decisions I was making, and the sacrifices that would later have to come. So it wasn't until my fourth son, man, I was like a sophomore in college, bro, and a sophomore in college. I was like, this is wild. Like, you are creating the very thing you despised in your father. But the thing was, that wasn't where I was heading in life before that. That was the after effect of trauma. And I hadn't had any healing from that. So I'm like, I guess the life that I was running from is all I'll ever have anyway, because that's what I've been reduced to anyway because of this catastrophe. So it wasn't until I woke up and realized that if I didn't change that, I was going to continue to create more of that which I hated, and I'd never get to where I wanted to be. And I just decided to do something different. So now, with the foresight that I have, it was definitely something that I should have waited on. so that I could be a full father. And maybe some would say, what is a full father? Or someone that is as close to self-realization as possible. Someone that is at peace with where they are in their life. Someone that's created stability, loves themselves, and knows how to love someone else, knows how to be a partner, knows how to be patient, knows how to listen, knows how to share themselves. I think that's what I would, that's a space I would rather have been in. But like all things, you live long enough, you learn. And I grew from each situation, and I would maybe say unfortunately, but I guess fortunately, my sons and I, we grew together. And, next year they'll all be in high school. So it's like they very much sort of come of age and in a way where we can relate differently. And I could talk to them in a way that I couldn't talk to them before. And no one can depict a picture of me that they can't for themselves see. They know who their father is. So that relationship is based upon what we maintain. No one else can undersell me or oversell me. They're like, nah, that's either him or it isn't. So it's to them who I'm obligated to at this juncture. Like, there's no middleman. It's like, what am I showing them?